TNT Hoops.
All right, here we are, Hoodie Brothers. Mr. Alivin Miles, let's talk about, man, your career, how it all started.
It all started when I was like in fifth grade. Fifth grade. I was playing for a coach named Damian Hughes at a church. And it was like it wasn't really no organized team. It was just anybody to play, like all the ones who want to play or all the ones who just started or been playing like one of those teams. So, of course, for a long time, I was like, I didn't want to play no sports, basketball or football. I was like, I'm going to get hurt. I'm scared I'm going to get hurt. And Mama always told me she wanted me to play some type of sport. But I guess one day, we was at the gym, and he made a team. He was like, hey, who all want to play basketball? And I raised my hand. And then he picked the teams. He picked all the players. And we had a game that following day. So I went home that night, told my mama, I was like, Mom, I got a game. She was like, boy, you ain't got no game. Because for so long, I was saying, I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to get hurt. Mm-hmm. So I guess she didn't believe me. But that's how it all started, really. I started playing basketball.
Now, was you always like this great shooter that you always been at a young age?
Yeah, at a young age. I was probably a better shooter when I was young than I am now. Like,
so where did you get this toughness about yourself? Because one thing about you, like, you play with no fear.
Pretty much the toughness came from Robert Scales, coach. He was one of them coaches where, like, he didn't accept nothing but dog. Like, he don't care if we played people in wheelchair. Like, he wanted us to beat them by 50. Like, he was one of them type of coaches. He wanted us to beat any team we played. If they so-called got a good name, he wanted us to kill them. If they the worst team in the world, he wanted us to kill them. So he pretty much made that dog coming to me.
Yes, sir. So this was AAU ball?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the name of the team?
Hickory Hill Community Center. No, it wasn't AAU. It was like a community center team, but we was playing all other team stuff.
Okay. Now, you played junior high ball. What was that like with Coach Franklin?
Coach Franklin, it was good. We had. I wouldn't even say it was bad at all. He was pretty much trying to how I'm gonna put it. He was kind of trying to build my mind too. Like, he was trying to get my strength, like make me be strong mentally with all the stuff I was going through at America. So I really much don't look at it really bad because we won state. We was finna win another year, but they took it back. Like, the whole year was smooth. He taught me a lot about basketball. He taught me some of the fundamentals. So he really much trying to build my strength mentally.
Yes, sir. So when did you realize that you had a special talent that you could take this somewhere?
I think it was 9th grade when was it 9th grade, 10th grade when the Florida School came. I'm trying to make sure. 10th grade. Well, it was 10th grade when we was playing open gym and Florida Gators coach Joy Mason. He came in the gym and I'm thinking he there from Matthew because the whole time all the recruiting going on. So boom, after we got done playing, I was making shots. My head was down, body language was terrible. So boom, he came. After we hooped, Coach Phillip brought us to the lobby. Joy Mason came out there. He introduced himself, who he was, the coach, and all that stuff. And then he was like, Coach Phillip asked him, he was like, who you come down here to recruit? And he was like, I came down to recruit him. And he was pointing at me. So at that moment, I kind of pretty much knew because how he was describing, he was like, son, you got God-given ability. Like, I knew who you was before I even came down here. So really at that moment, I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, yes, I can be good because he a D1 coach.
Right. Now, it's funny you bring up the sophomore year because to me, that was really your coming out part. That's when you put yourself on the map. I think you got MVP that year.
Yeah.
Tell me about that ride.
10th grade was good because it was a learning experience and it was fun as well because coming off a 9th grade year, I could have played my 9th grade year, but at the end of in the conclusion of my 9th grade year, he was like, if your attitude not good or if your attitude don't become any better, you will not play for me. So 10th grade, I had to fix that. And then 10th grade, as I started playing, he did everything he said he was going to do. He said, if I fix my attitude, who's going to play me? So 10th grade, I came in, attitude was better. I played, I started. He taught me a lot about the game. And playing as a 10th grader with all these 12th graders, like, it was fun for real. Because, like, I'm a young cat playing with the older guys. I'm starting playing big-time minutes. Like, it was fun.
Right. Did you all go to state that year?
Yeah, we went to state, but we lost.
Right. So, from that experience, you won co-MVP that year. Yeah. You guys went to state. What was your motivation now? Because I know those schools were starting to call you and stuff at that time, right?
Yeah. 10th grade, my motivation, what you mean motivation? That's for what?
Like, for us to get better since now you realize, like, you just won co-MVP. Mm-hmm. Now, you're a prospect in the city.
Well, yeah. Like, after 10th grade year, was really my mark in my high school career because like you said, it was my coming out party. So after we made it to state, we lost. And me in my mind personally, I'm a 10th grader. I just made it to state against 12th grade. All these top players we played against, Alo, James, and all them in the state championship. So in my mind, I'm a young cat playing with all them. We made it to state. I'm young, so it pretty much was like a accomplishment for me because I didn't really expect that, to be honest, as a 10th grader, for one to be playing that many minutes over other people on my team. So it was pretty much it was good motivation for me.
So who was the most competitive matchup that you had playing for Whitehaven High School? Like, who was the competition that you was tonight I got to give it to him?
It was pretty much a lot of them because we played against a lot of good people, but one I probably took personally was what is it? It probably was Alo because Alo like my big brother. So every game, everybody was like, cause I was with Vontae, and Vontae used to talk to me about Alo, about their practice and what Alo be saying he'll do when we play them, and what I'd be telling Vontae what I'm gonna do to Alo. So that's probably one of the matches I knew. Cause me and Alo was cool off the court, and when we work out off the court, we'll talk about when I play you this time I'm gonna do this, or when I play you that time I'm gonna do that. So that probably was one of the matches I took personally because he was already a top dog in the city anyway.
Right. I can see the similarities in y'all game, especially with defense.
Yeah.
So, during your high school career, a lot of people used to consider you just a scoring guard. Did you take it personal when people would say that? Because I know deep down you felt like you was a real point guard.
Yeah, I took it personal for real because what a lot of people don't know, there was the world, there was the city perspective part as well, but people on my team were saying the same thing. But I'm saying how, if I'm a scoring guard, I'm gonna speak on specifically my 10th grade year, how I'm a scoring guard if all my roles on the team from my coach or I wasn't gonna play was to pass. So how is I'm the so-called scoring guard? I know I was good at scoring, but it was starting to get to the point where people were saying I was selfish. But I knew the type of player I was. I kind of looked past it, but I always had that thought in my head because I was bothered. I was like, how I'm selfish when I know I'm unselfish and I'm a selfless person. So I took it personally.
Yes, sir. Now, you went through a little adversity at one point where people, like you just said, they were trying to call you selfish. You left and went to Wooddale.
Right.
Now, when you went to Wooddale, did you feel like it was a new beginning for you, where the atmosphere felt like they can truly utilize your talent?
Yeah, Wooddale was probably one of the best moves I made ever in my life because after I left Whitehaven, I told my mom, I was like, I'm going to pray on it and see what I want to do. And then when I woke up, I went ahead and went to Wooddale. And when I got to Wooddale, they welcomed me with open arms. Half the people on the team I knew anyway. I already played with, one state with anyway. So the whole team, the whole community, everything was like a family. It was riding with me right or wrong. And then he came in, he told me, your job is to score. Of course, you know how to play basketball, when they make the right pass, but your job is to score. So he kind of made it easy for me.
Right. Now, you guys won the state championship that year, right?
Right.
Now, everybody knew you guys were probably going to go for a back-to-back. So why leave Wooddale and then go back to Whitehaven?
I pretty much left because I respect Coach Lawson so much, but the only thing that I didn't like about Wooddale was it wasn't competitive because of course our starting five was really, really good, but the guys coming behind us weren't as competitive as it was going to be if I went back to Whitehaven when it comes to practice-wise and getting better the day-to-day basis. So that's pretty much why I went back to Whitehaven. And then, of course, I wanted to finish my year with my brothers because I came in with them 9th grade, and I wanted to win, stay with them, but eventually we came up short.
Okay, so let's talk about playing with your brothers, man. What was that like playing with guys you grew up with since elementary, junior high?
It's fun, and it put my heart at ease because, I have no worries playing with them because I know we all want to win. We all going to play hard. We all like to have fun. So when we on the court, it's number fun, number joy. And we all know each other games, so it'd be so easy to play with them guys. So, yeah.
Right. Now, senior year, man, you guys are making a great run. You guys look like you're about to win a state championship. How did it feel for COVID to really affect your senior year like it did?
I felt down a little bit about us not going to state because I knew we was going to win and I knew what we was going to do. But at the same time, I was at that time when they made the final decision that we wasn't playing, I was my mind was already focusing on college anyway. So I really went 2 down, but I was messed up. To this day, I'd be thinking bro, we could have won state. But then my mind will shift off of it because I know I'm straight. We good. We knew what we was gonna do, so it pretty much didn't matter if we played or not. We knew the city probably knew what we was gonna do, so it didn't really bother me as much.
Yes, sir. Now, how was recruitment for you?
It wasn't bad and it wasn't good. So like I had some D1 offers and I had some D2 or JUCOs and all that, but I had 2 D1 offers, Morgan State and Montana State. But coming out of my JUCO year, I didn't have no college transfer, but I was so yeah.
Yes, sir. Now, your JUCO year, it seemed like you transformed your game. Like you said, people always were saying you were a scoring guard. Freshman year of college, JUCO, you almost averaged a double-double. So, what was that like? How did you prepare for that?
Actually, coming into the year, me and my mom looked up, like, really, it was my 12th grade year. I was trying to already mold my game into being a, you know what I'm saying, get used to being a true point guard, like trying to focus in on my 12th grade. Like coming to my 12th grade year, me and my mom came to agreement that we're gonna come in. I'm gonna come in and we're gonna focus on facilitating the ball and running the team because I knew I could score. The city knew I could score. So what I was trying to do is focus on running the team. So as I got the JUCO, I was coming. Me and my mom looked up on their website the whoever the leading scorer for the school is in assists. Now I'm finna try to go to break that record. I think the record was like 200, but I ended up like 142 or something like that. So that's how I came into the season trying to be a facilitating point guard.
Okay, now let's talk about JUCO because you know a lot of guys they feel like just because they don't go D1, JUCO is not a good opportunity. But you know you learn any option is a great opportunity. So, what was your perspective from going through the experience?
I really love JUCO. Like I recommend to somebody coming out of high school. Like if you don't have no high D1 offers or you're not satisfied on what you got, I prefer JUCO because for one, JUCO that grind gonna make you wanna be better in life. That grind gonna make you appreciate like when you get to where you going next. So I definitely recommend JUCO to somebody because JUCO is very fun and playing the games is like it's not like on a Duke level, but like playing a JUCO game that's good, like a good quality JUCO game, you're gonna feel the same amount as intense you play as a Duke game. So, yeah.
How did it feel being away from your sister and your mom for the first time?
It was hard because it was 6 hours away. Not like how I am now, 3 hours away, but it was 6 hours away and I didn't have no car. And I knew I couldn't come home when I wanted to come home. We barely got breaks up there, so it was really hard. But I got used to it though.
Yes, sir. So would you say like, you know, that was your motivation while you was in school, thinking about your mom and your sister?
Almost definitely. They always my why and why I do it. My dad as well and the women in my family in general.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you made a decision to go to Henderson State. Why them?
It was kind of no-brainer anyway because I knew Khalil. But when I got there, I don't know what it was. Like I was really when I was going there, I didn't tell mom when I was going there. I was really nervous, but I didn't want her to feel nervous. I know how she feel. But when I was going, I was nervous. But when I got there, how the players just welcomed me in, the coach welcomed me in. It was like if I had the opportunity, I would have committed. Then soon I stepped on campus, like literally, the vibe was that like genuine to me. I really liked it. I really love him.
Yes, sir. So how did it feel to walk to your locker to see your name on that wall? Because some people, they don't get that experience. This is a once in a lifetime, and you accomplish your goal. You're playing a high level college basketball.
Right. And it's not the end, but like it felt good with me walking into my locker, seeing an actual locker room. Because the locker room we had at JUCO, like I said, it'll make you feel like they grind, like you coming from nothing, like you at the bottom. Because the locker room looked like a basement to me. Mm-hmm. But where I'm at now, the locker room look like a D1 locker room. You just probably don't got as much technology, but how it's set up, you would feel like you're in a D1 locker room. And me walking into the locker room, it kind of gave me a good feeling in my heart, and was another accomplishment for me because, like, this one of the feelings that I wanted to feel.
Right.
But, yeah.
Now, this past semester, what was your GPA?
4.0.
4.0. So you're doing it on the court and off the court.
Right.
How do you balance that out?
I mean, since I've been in school, I always was smart. I always had good grades, and I always wasn't okay with just being a dummy or being a failure. So I pretty much always want to I pretty much always wanted to keep up my grades. And my mom didn't play by my grades. My dad didn't play by my grades, so I ain't had no choice really.
Right. Now, what kind of advice could you give someone that has aspirations of being like you? Like, there's aspiration of being a big time athlete, but then they got a crowd around them that wants them to do other things, like go smoke and do other things. Like, how can you give that advice to somebody who has to battle that?
Well, my advice to you would be don't let nobody be sidetracked. If you know deep down in your heart you want to be a pro or whatever you want to do in life that's successful, go for it, because going down that route is not gonna get you nowhere but jail or dead. It's what everybody's saying. That's the truth. So what I tell you is to don't follow them. Be different. Be different from be the generation curse in your family. So like you ain't gotta just because the crowd around you smoking. I ain't saying you don't have to be around them, but limit the time you're around them, because you don't have to be around them. You don't have to be around it. Like you can literally move yourself in that circle. You can communicate with them, but you can completely move yourself out of that circle so you can be a better person and so you can accomplish your goals. Being around that all your life is not gonna get it. So I advise you just stay focused.
Yes, sir. So what are you majoring in?
I was doing engineering, but these last couple of days I've been talking to people in my family, and I was like, I'm gonna change it up.
Yes, sir. And you decide on what you're gonna do. You still think about it.
Still thinking about it.
Gotcha. All right. Let's say NBA draft night. They call your name. What'll be the emotion?
It's crazy. Me and my mom, we talk about this all the time. Like we be in the house, doing stuff like we getting called for the draft. So it's really like a good feeling. Like I don't know. I think my first thing I'm gonna do, probably tears gonna come down my eyes once I walk in there. Like when we setting up, putting the uniform, the you know what I'm saying, the dress clothes on, tears gonna be coming down my eyes, because this is always what I wanted to do, was be an NBA basketball player. And me getting my name called, it's gonna hit home, because I went through a lot of adversity. I went through a lot of ups and downs playing with basketball. And me finally being there, getting my name called, it's gonna be feeling surreal for sure.
Yes, sir. Well, the way you've been working, man, it's possible. And good luck to you. And going forward, well, what could you say to people at Whitehaven?
Put it on for Whitehaven, because Whitehaven is a diehard school. All the fans, they love Whitehaven. If you for Whitehaven, the fans that's really for Whitehaven, they're gonna be behind you right or wrong. All I say is put on and play hard every game. Stay home.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.